Find functional hilarity at the Biffa Emporium. Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I sing to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly.
So I actually have seen part of the interview before I've started the review. A lot of it. My friend locked himself out last night, so he came over because he was like, I can't get in my house. My roommate doesn't come home till tomorrow. So I was like, oh, great, we'll have a sleepover. It was so much fun. We stayed up. We watched Housewives of New York again. We watched some of the trailers. He's going to come on and do Beverly Hills. But I was like, oh, my God, we grown-ups and we forgot how much slumber parties were. We had pizza. It was a good time. But child, this interview, Kenya Summermore was actually activated. The first part was boring, but this time she gave us some tea. Some chairlift tea. So we opened with the Apollo story, and she said, you know, Phaedra said that I met up with him in a hotel in Los Angeles, could never provide a date, could never provide a receipt. Well, I mean, Phaedra's a terrible liar, and we've all seen that now. That is true. Phaedra lied on Kenya's cooch. So it took forever to get the truth out of Apollo. I mean, the federal government takes a minute to get the truth out of Apollo. Apollo is a liar, and he's Phaedra's patsy. He's a 2-time felon, so why do you think he'd tell the truth? So why do you think the truth is his forte? Oh, Jesus. Carlos is saying, you know, Kenya, you never really got the vindication you deserved, and I got vindicated, but you know, nobody believes in your vindication, Carlos. We still believe you started that rumor. Where did Phaedra get it from? They put that in the book because it was published by the NBC Universal Press, and they don't want to get sued. Oh, but Carlos threw a little shade. He said, your rumors and my rumors stem from the same road, which is Felon Parks. Also, 2 people that know Felon Parks have gone to prison for fraud. It's a lot of people. How many people y'all know have been to prison for the same thing? Now, we all have some family members, some friends that might have had a hard knock life or two. That both of them are going to the jail for doing the same type of vehicular fraud. Both people had VIN numbers up in their charges. That's odd. That's all I'll say. It's odd to me. Odd. Do you think when you talk, do you hear yourself? Kenya, you just said Porsha never hit me below the belt. She dragged you across the stage, but because she didn't give you the pussy punch she gave Cynthia, because she didn't kick your cooch, she never hit you below the belt, girl. I'm sorry, be it Phaedra spreading lies about me or Porsha physically spreading me. Both of those things are below the belt and off limits, out of bounds. Oh, now that sounded real stupid. Real stupid. You gonna say, oh, when it came to things that I wanted, like a child in marriage, she never hit you below the belt? She told you you could never speak on marriage because you're a spinster. Girl, she read you so thoroughly and so often you done forgot what the heifer said. Why are you trying to lift Porsha up? But back to Marlo and the mystery of the chair. I mean, when you did get that house, you were dating that billionaire, that Pankto, that Onky Hay. So it would make sense. I mean, but this chair is, you know, first we had a chair freeing black people from physical oppression. Now we have a chair getting a black woman her reparations, whether they like it or not. She getting that coot coin, boop, 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 boo-doo-doo, coot chair, boop, 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 get your coot coin, woo. Boop, 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 boop. My coot's on a chairlift, but he's paying my mortgage. I ain't gonna carry his bony old ass up the stairs. So we gotta lift, yeah, for his old narrow ass chairlift, woo. Oh, Lord, this is a silly show. Girl, Kenya said Marlo has no culpability, no kindness. She's an empty soul and an empty vessel. Damn. Kenya said Marlo picked fights with Candy until production said she couldn't do it no more, and then she ran and got Scotch-Brite. And now I know, Kenya, you ain't out here talking about a fake relationship. See, the problem is everything you say about Marlo can really be said about yourself. I asked my friend why your trips were so janky, and he said, because they're only trips that celebrate Kenya. It's never about the group. It's only about her and her getting a check, which is why nobody has a good time. See? That could also be empty vessel. Kenya is really gunning for Marlo's past. The money can't be verified. The timeline can't be verified. I mean, I love some verification. Why don't you produce, Miss Producer, an expose on Marlo Hampton? Get some forensic accountants going. Call Sutton Strack because we have questions. Kenya, I think they are phasing you out. I think this may be your last season. They might give you friend of next year. Because you're saying all these scenes they shot with you, they never used, but they're phasing in Marlo? Okay. So Kenya's like, I don't know if they're gonna fire me. I mean, the fans want me around, but you never know with the network. However, they protected Marlo and didn't do it for me. And I'm 11 seasons in. Now we getting on No Lip Courtney trying to have a moment. Kenya said the heifer don't have a house, so how can she be a housewife? She's sleeping on someone's mattress on the floor. In Sheree's old apartment. Your husband left you with nothing. See, I ain't giving up my money. Oh, she said you put paper clips together and called it a jewelry line that ain't nobody buying. She is roasting. She said, I'm bored. How can I not be? I've got to work with Courtney. Kenya said, if we want to get it back to number one, we've got to do some serious casting. Not a reboot, though. Not a reboot. I'm sorry. I think the boot needs some if you ask me. I think with half of the OGs or the last standing people, we're still trying to get an old thing back. We're trying to get back to Nene season 2 nostrils, and those nostrils are gone with the surgery. Oh God, now we get to who does Kenya want to be on for season Sweet 16? Ain't nothing sweet about these sour dowers. She says, anyone that's good, authentic TV, you lying heifer. Tell that to Walter. Was that authentic? Now, Kenya says in Portugal, she broke the fourth wall and told all these heifers they were ruining the show with their inauthenticity and boring lives. Now she whining they didn't showcase her business enough, but they did for Candy. See, I feel like Candy came on and she's always been the businesswoman, and you were so busy being a bitch for so long. I don't know. I feel like Candy got that business spot, that coveted advertising time. They still punishing you for that secret merge. Again, Kenya whining with this I never had a spinoff. What were you going to spin off? Who would you spin off with? Mark wouldn't film with you, and Mark was an ass. Brandon seemed to be banned from production, so you couldn't even get your sissy to sit with you. I just don't know. Kenya said she's dating now, the guy on the show, but they're not exclusive. But you talk about authenticity. Kenya says, I see myself with an owner of a sports team, not an athlete. I see you as a cat owner. That's what I see you as. A cat owner. Get yourself another velvet, babe. An owner. You sound like an idiot. So Carlos asked her who the most famous person she's dated is, and she never tells us, but she did say she didn't date Jay-Z. That I believe. Oh, wait, no. She dated Kanye. Well, she went on one date with Kanye. And she said, I knew he was crazy then. It is odd that Marlo has that chair in that townhouse. That's all I can think about. Oh, Kenya got a new movie coming out, but we don't know what it is. All right, well, that was the shit, so I'm going to see you soon for something.
Alleged what? Alleged who? Allegedly, allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.